questions à gauche, notamment chez Oxford.
Well, I have a question for Madam.
For Anaïs, a question.
Experienced people like you, who they grew up in Belgium, and of course you get your experience in France.
Keep it close, please.
So the people, the small enterprise, who they are based in Brussels, how they can benefits from your experience. Is there any platform that they can contact you? Similar my question at the international level, as we are importing the textile from Turkey, Pakistan, Bangladesh.
Yeah.
So is there any platform that we can educate those enterprises to produce eco-friendly products? Thank you.
Okay, so
I
over to
think
you.
actually that's not even a challenge here in Brussels. I'm going to speak only about the Brussels region capital fashion industry. We mostly don't produce here, so it's the first thing. Why? I mean, you know how expensive it is to have an employee. Locally in Belgium we have linen and we have hemp, but for the rest, most of other materials are produced elsewhere. And actually the new generation is amazing. They do want to make a change. They are already much more involved and they're the ones actually coming saying, I want to be sustainable and so on. But the problem is how they approach it. So instead of thinking, you know, there are new realities that are possible, they mostly are thinking about upcycling. Do you know the term upcycling? Well, when you do upcycling, basically, usually you do with a measure, you know. You have certain ones, such as Marine Serre, that is really an example as a Belgian fashion brand that managed to find a supply chain and puts forward actually a supply chain where she uses so many rest of textiles from companies and creates true and full collections, and it's not a made of measure and it's not a one piece, but most of the realities that we that we see at MAD are people that find one piece of fabric and then they can manage to do 4 pieces out of it, and the piece is then 500 or 700 euros, and the textile is not even the best one. So this is the reality we have in mostly Brussels. I mean, there are exceptions, but it's not that they don't want to, but they just usually don't see at a bigger picture, and they just like to be creative. We have a lot of creativity in Brussels, but it's less business minds. And there's another thing as well. I mean, when you create a company, you usually have money apart, right? Usually, I wouldn't like open a company without a budget behind. We have the realities where our designers create because they love our fields, but behind they don't have the budget, they don't have someone that can help them. And when you're a designer, you need to create, find your textile, do your communication, do your branding, do your commercial strategy, do your sales. I mean, there are too many things. So those are mostly the small realities we have here. There are some exceptions, but those are the realities in general.
Okay.
On Brussels region capital.
Okay.
And maybe, you know, it's interesting to have your point of view. I'll give you mine.
I can just add that, yeah, textile and fashion specifically is a super international industry. So if you think too local, it will not work. I think we have to be